final round of the 2025 Memorial Golf Tournament at Jack's Place. Scotty Scheffler used a strong finish to his third round to take a one-stroke lead over Ben Griffin at 8 under par. The final pairing will tee off this afternoon at 2:05. The NBA Finals are officially set after the Indiana Pacers used the dominant second half to finish off the New York Knicks 125-108 to win the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pacers are going back to the finals for only the second time in franchise history and the first time in 25 years. They'll be facing the Oklahoma City Thunder, the team that finished with the best record in the regular season. The NBA Finals will start on Thursday with Game 1 at 8:30. Cincinnati Reds fell 2-0 to the Chicago Cubs yesterday. The two sides will finish up their three-game series today at 2:20. And the Cleveland Guardians beat the Los Angeles Angels 7-5 yesterday. Cleveland will have a chance to win the rubber match game at 1:40.
From ONN, this is Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Here are your hosts, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Scotty Vegas. I am Dave Biddle. I'm joined by my friend Scotty Vegas. We have producer Cam Taylor at the controls back in the studio. Scotty, I love the weather. Final round of the Memorial Tournament. It's beautiful out here, man. How you doing?
I'm good, Dave. This is easily one of my favorite days of the year. Like, this is spectacular. And the fact that we got perfect weather for Sunday is awesome, and it's been a dramatic tournament so far, right? I mean, it's playing like a major out there. This course is really, really tough, and it's just been great. And the fact that we have the number one player in the world in the lead in the final group, you couldn't write a script any better than what we've got.
Yeah, and if you're looking to bet on Scotty Scheffler now, you're not really getting good value. Minus 310 on the ESPN Bet Sportsbook, ESPN Bet app, minus 310 for Scotty Scheffler to repeat as the Memorial champion. They have not had a repeat winner here since Tiger Woods did a three-peat back from 99 to 01, and it looks like Scotty Scheffler is probably going to win today. Ben Griffin is in second right now. His odds to win are plus 445, and then everybody else is a huge long shot. Nick Taylor at 5 under, plus 1,600. Justin Spieth, what is he, 40-1? Keegan Bradley, 50-1. Sepp Straka, 50-1. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'll be focused on prop bets today, my friend.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And we'll talk more about props throughout the entire show, but I think there's some fantastic value on parlaying guys to finish top 10, top 20. I put together a little card that I feel really good about today. Now, on Wednesday, on Rothman and Ice, we were doing the show live from the halfway house.
I saw some of that.
Pro-Am Day.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun, and it was really cool. And, you know, there were huge names that were out here, Peyton Manning, Steph Curry, and all that good stuff. But on that Wednesday show, we were talking about, okay, what do we expect out of this tournament this year? And kind of trying to figure out what makes sense as far as betting-wise and all that good stuff. And Scotty Scheffler was about plus 330 coming into the week to win this tournament. And watching Scotty over the last month, the deal with Scotty Scheffler is once he gets hot, he stays hot. And he won a few weeks ago, obviously the PGA Championship, winning the major. And to me, that just kind of set off the Scotty run that we're going to see. I felt really good coming in this week. I said that he would win by 3 strokes or more this week. I think I still feel very strongly that he's going to win by 3 or more. And here's the deal. Anybody who's looking at the value at minus 310 today and saying, oh, man, you know, that's a tough bet to make. Well, guess what? You can parlay Scotty Scheffler to win this week with, oh, by the way, Scotty Scheffler winning the major, winning the U.S. Open in 2 weeks, and then you're going to see some significant value in that. So while it's tough to bet minus 310 Scotty Scheffler to win the day, there are still ways to do it if you parlay it together.
What are his odds to win the U.S. Open?
So they've been falling.
Imagine that.
And I've been attacking the Scotty to win the U.S. Open as much as I can over the last couple weeks, and he has fallen. He originally came out right around the same odds as Rory McIlroy at plus 450. He's now fallen all the way down to less than 3-1 to win the U.S. Open, which is crazy to think about because the U.S. Open is probably the hardest tournament to win in the fact that you're talking about one of the the hardest courses. You're talking about the best field. You're including all the live guys in it and all that stuff. So it is a very, very tough tournament to win. But Scotty Scheffler's odds are less than 3-1 to win it now. But I love the chances to do it. To me, if you're looking at value going forward, parlay today Scotty Scheffler to win with 3 different guys to win the U.S. Open. 1, Scotty Scheffler to win the U.S. Open, Bryson DeChambeau to win the U.S. Open, and Jon Rahm. And I think you're going to like the value that you'll get when Scotty wins today heading into the U.S. Open.
It's already been an eventful morning here for us. Not as eventful as last year. I was hoping for an uneventful morning. You know, I parked going through the exit, didn't have Dublin police surrounding me. I just got in no trouble, right? Walking in, and this is not a bad thing. This is just funny. Walking in, I get a call from Scotty, and I'm like, okay, answer. And he's like, I just met your sister. I'm like, I knew my sister and my niece and my brother-in-law were coming today. I didn't think they'd be here this early. And I'm like, well, that's really cool. And you guys were talking and everything. That you guys had never met before. She just noticed that our engineer, Dan, had a 97.1 The Fan shirt on. So then, a few minutes later, we did our video to promote the show, and I finally text my sister. I'm like, that's really cool that you met Scotty, spelled with a Y at the end. And she goes, Scotty? She's like, I didn't meet the golfer. I met your co-host. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't say Scottie.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, LOL. I'm like, Scotty Vegas. She's like, anyway, that was pretty funny.
I love it because, like, we're literally, and this is probably my 8th time in the pro shop this week already. I am like a kid in the candy store in this pro shop, okay? It's fantastic. I love the hats. I love the pullovers. I already bought a putter cover. But, yeah, so I'm in there for the 8th time, and we run into your wonderful sister, and she's like, oh, so you know David. And I'm like, who the heck is David?
That's right.
You know,
about that part.
Oh, Dave Biddle. Yes.
She's the only one. Her and my mom are the only one that still call me David.
Yes. But
yes.
It's amazing the fact that, we ran into each other, and then we still confused each other about 5 minutes later.
That was so funny, though. She thought that, no, I didn't meet Scotty Scheffler. He met the other famous Scotty. The local.
Scotty was in the pro shop, too, also looking at hats.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he was checking out, maybe getting some clubs, maybe. His clubs haven't been working really well. He's in there checking out some hats and some clubs. But, that was really cool. I'm glad you guys met, and hopefully they'll come over and see us here at our set. It is beautiful out here. Scotty and I are going to be with you until 11 o'clock. Then there's the call-in show after that with you and Ryan Baker from 11 to noon. Again, I mean, the betting odds are just – but I like what you're saying. I like that idea. If you want to bet on Scotty Scheffler today, parlay that with him winning the U.S. Open, and then you're going to get some decent odds there. If you had to do a long shot bet, who would it be? Can anybody catch him? Could Spieth catch him? Could anybody catch him?
No.
I called him Justin earlier.
To put it how I feel, I don't feel like that. So, again, yesterday was such a weird roller coaster, and I've invested heavily into Scotty going into this week, and Scotty at one point yesterday was down 6 strokes. So Ben Griffin had made a run, got to 10 under par, while Scotty was kind of in neutral, just parring holes after hole after hole. He was actually even through 13 holes yesterday, Scotty was, because he was just parring everything. And then you get to that back 9 in those last few holes. And this is where Scotty separates himself from everybody else. He plays the toughest holes in golf so well. And this was the separator for him at the PGA Championship a couple weeks ago, where you had the really tough finish at the PGA Championship, but he played those holes so well. It's the same thing here, where 16, 17, 18 are amongst the top, most difficult holes in all of golf that they play on the PGA Tour. But Scotty Scheffler goes and he plays them 2 under yesterday. And that's what separates, and that's why he has a one-shot lead instead of a deficit going into Sunday. But to answer your original question, can anybody catch him? And in golf, generally, when you say, oh, there's a guy one shot back, that's nothing heading into the final round. The problem is you're chasing a guy who is a great closer. Scotty Scheffler, the last 6 times he's had a 54-hole lead, has closed the deal and won the tournament. So, no, I don't think there's any value in taking guys to win behind Scotty. However, I think there's significant value on guys to get the top 10 and top 20, and I can't wait to give that parlay out.
What is the ideal format for the college football playoff? If Scotty and I were the commissioners of college football, how would we set it up? That's up next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone letting you know that Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin has everything you need for your backyard this summer. They've got a huge selection of poly outdoor furniture built to last, never needs refinished, perfect for the lazy among us. Want to get the kids outside? Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings has quality-built play sets that you can configure any way you like. Plus, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is your trusted source for Weaver Barns in Central Ohio. Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin or online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. And, of course, tell them T-Bone sent you.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
There's a huge focus in America today about your health, and you're determined to look beyond the pills. You don't want to have surgery, because I know I didn't. So you want to talk to the person that's in pain right now? Well, that was me. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone you love, and maybe you've done everything you can. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for my friends at QC Kinetics. They're different. They're not about those quick fixes. This isn't going to be some shot that's going to make you feel better. It's not a surgery that's going to put you on the shelf. They're about long-term relief. This is regenerative medicine we're talking about right here. Your own body's healing properties to heal the damaged tissue at the cellular level. QC Kinetics, they've helped tens of thousands of people, so many of them right here in the Columbus area and across the country. They'd be honored to help you just like they helped me with my knee, just like they helped my dad. Here's what they're going to do. They're not going to mask the pain. They're going to go to the source of it. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus to see if you're a good candidate, or give them a call at 380-28-4544. They've got offices in Dublin and in Gahanna and newly in Canal Winchester and Grove City.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of four, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
Two teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
So there's been a lot of bickering amongst the college football powers that be. Of course, what a surprise. They can't come to a decision. And what we're talking about is the college football playoff format going forward. And so what did we have? We had 1 year of the 12-team playoff, and then they kind of changed some things for the better for this coming year, where they changed the seeding format.
Still going to have 12 teams. It's
Still
going to be
12.
All of a 2-year era of the 12-team playoff.
12, yeah, exactly. And I actually like 12, but we'll get into that in just a second. However, now there's a lot of discussion about what it's going to look like, not for this upcoming college football season, but for the season after that and beyond. And a lot of the smoke is that it's probably going to be a 16-team playoff, because we went from 4 to 12, and 2 years later probably going to 16. And now there's a lot of talk about how do you figure out which teams make it. And the Big Ten and the SEC at one point were trying to push for 4 Big Ten, 4 SEC at-large teams, or automatic berth teams, and then you would get 2 from the ACC and 2 from the Big 12, and they called it the 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 format. But that's not confusing at all, right?
No, not at all.
So now there is chatter of some of the conferences wanting to go to the 5+11 format. And what that means is 5 conference champions, the 4 major big-time conferences, plus a Power 5 conference, and then 11 at-large teams. And so that's the format that seems to have the momentum right now. We'll see, because there's a lot of bickering back and forth between the SEC commissioners and the Big Ten commissioners and the other commissioners. So, Dave, throwing out all the other ideas, you are the let's call you the commissioner of college football, and you get to design the college football playoff going forward. What is the Dave Biddle college football playoff format?
I would go 14 teams. I would take a page out of the NFL's book, and I would do a 5+9, because I do like the idea of the highest group of 5 team champion getting in, one team. Just give them a seat at the table. If you have given them a seat at the table when there's 12 teams, I think giving them a seat at the table when there's 14 makes a lot of sense. So I would go 5+9, but then I would just seed them as they're ranked. So you could have 2 SEC teams ranked in the top 4. You could have the top 2 teams. Whoever gets the 2 buys could be from the same conference. Probably wouldn't happen that way. But yeah, I wouldn't have automatic bids. I know that goes against what the Big Ten wants, because I think it's going to work itself out with 14 teams. You're going to have at least 4 Big Ten teams most years in the top 14, maybe more than that. So I would take a page out of the NFL's book. I would have somewhat, because obviously the NFL has conferences. It's not quite the same, where the top 2 teams get a first-round bye. And then I love, one of the great things about the college football playoff, the expansion, is the home playoff games. I absolutely love the home playoff games. The atmosphere for Ohio State and Tennessee was electric. So you would have, in this system, you'd have 3 hosting 14. Right down the line, 4 hosting 13, or 3 hosting 14, 4 hosting 13, 5 hosting 12, 6 hosting 11, 7 hosting 10, and 8 hosting 9. That's how I would do it.
I like that format a lot. My ideal format is very similar to yours. However, I like the idea of keeping it at 12. I love the idea of having 4 teams get the bye. Right, and then I like the idea of having the home games. I think the change that I would make versus the system that we're going to have this year is I would love to see the quarterfinal games also be at home sites. Okay, that would be the one change that I would make, because I think the campus playoff games are a grand slam, right? Everybody loves that. And so I think if you could keep it at 12 teams, I would still do the format of 5+7, so 5 conference champions and then 7 at large, and then you're ranking them 1 through 12. It doesn't matter. You're not guaranteed a first-round bye based on if you're a conference champion or whatever. It's all based on the rankings. And I just would be all about more home conference games. That, to me, is the key in the whole thing.
I love that. That's one of the things I would like about this sport. It's never going to happen. Neither one of our proposals would ever happen. But yeah, we'd have a ton. We'd have 6 games on college campuses with the 14-team model. Now, real quick, we got to take a break pretty soon, but we're going to mix in some quote-unquote Scotty doesn't knows throughout the show. Really memorial trivia, we'll call it. All right, first one. We're not going to do a full segment. I'm just going to mix them in throughout the show. Okay, first one. What was the first year of the Memorial Tournament?
Okay, so this is 50 years. Okay, and I'm not great at math. I'm going to go with 70. Oh, you didn't have to write it down. I was going to go 76.
I didn't write it. Oh, I was talking about.
You had 76 written down.
I was just writing the year that I was born.
I was going to go with 76.
You got it. Okay. And, okay. Tiger Woods is the last player to repeat. It might not be the case after today. When did he repeat? We've talked about this a couple different times.
I don't have a great memory, Dave.
Okay, it was the turn of the century.
Okay, I'm going to go, because he was so dominant at 01, 02.
Party like it's, I think Prince, that was the first year. And tonight I'm going to party like it's. Oh, you got to be kidding me. 1999 to 2001. Yeah.
There, I just wanted you to be able to play the music, Dave.
Okay, I appreciate that. I thought you'd get that. I was going to lead off with 2 that I thought you would definitely get.
Wait, so
you got 76.
It was in 2000.
99 to 2001. He actually did a 3-peat. And nobody has repeat since then.
Okay.
And Tiger's won 5. Nobody's come. I think the next closest is 3. Now I'm giving some away for later in the show. But that's all right. All right, you're 1 for 2 to start out, and not bad at all. All right, up next. Now, we know the Ohio State-Texas game is going to be at noon. The contract is what it is, but should Ohio State throw its weight around when the next contract negotiations come up in 2029?
Yes.
I say heck yeah. Let's talk about that next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
All right, much to the chagrin of almost all the fans. I've seen some fans say, hey, I actually kind of like noon games. Most Ohio State fans not happy about this. Ohio State itself not happy about it. The Big Ten's probably not happy, but the contract is what it is. Ohio State, Texas will kick off at noon. And you know the repeat trip next year in Austin will definitely be a night game.
Oh, yeah.
For a multitude of reasons, this should not be a noon game. Yeah, I would say, first and foremost, the atmosphere would be way better, just be better for the sport if it was in prime time. And doing what we do, I actually like noon games typically. This is one that should not be a noon game. We saw it 20 years ago when Texas came here. It was a great atmosphere. One of the best I've seen at the Horseshoe. Speaking of things that were good until they weren't, that game was a great game until it wasn't. No, it really was a great tight game between the Buckeyes and the future national champs. And then Ohio State went down there and returned the favor next year with Troy Smith and Teddy Ginn in that 2006 season. So here's the thing. the contract is the contract. Fox said, no, we're not going to do anything that would help our cash cow here. We're not going to try and make Ohio State happy, which, okay, that's fine. Contract is what it is. So if I'm Ohio State, I said, okay, you swallow that pill for now, and then when the next negotiations come up, I'm throwing my weight around, and I'm making threats that I probably wouldn't follow through with, but if you're going to do this, we're going to leave the Big Ten. Notre Dame, you're now going to have a partner, a powerhouse football program that's independent. Is Ohio State really going to leave the Big Ten? No. But Ohio State should have a larger piece of the cut than a school like Purdue, for example, not to throw them under the bus. Clemson and Florida State, Scotty, have a bigger piece of the pie in the ACC. You're telling me Ohio State shouldn't have a bigger piece of the pie in the Big Ten? And if they don't get a bigger piece of the pie, there needs to be some stipulation in that contract that says they can only play X amount of games per year at noon.
Yeah, it's frustrating, right? I mean, it really is. It's disappointing because I think 90% of the people out there would prefer this to be a night game, and I would too. And the other thing is, we're talking late August, noon. Okay, so we're also talking about playing during the heat of the day in one of the hottest times of the year. And we've seen it in past games where it's just like it can be miserable in late August, early September in the heat. And so I do wish that we had a night game, and I wish the atmosphere was night. Now, here's the deal. I do think Ohio State's going to make this an incredible, incredible experience at noon anyway. So whether this was a night game or a noon game, this crowd is going to be so geeked up. We know these are the two teams that are the co-favorites to win the national championship at this point. So the buzz on this game, whether you're playing it at 9 in the morning, noon, 9 at night, the buzz for the game is going to be incredible anyway.
It will be. I mean, it's still going to be Ohio State, Texas, and it's just you couldn't write the script any better. Like, it's just amazing to me. I've talked about this a lot. These teams just played a classic game in the CFP semifinals. Okay, then they're leading the next season off against each other. Just that right there is crazy, right? And who are the betting favorites to win the national championship? Well, you look at ESPN Bet app, and it says, Ohio State and Texas are tied at plus 500. I mean, imagine all of that. You couldn't write the script any better than that. Let's look at your odds to win the national championship. As I said, Ohio State, Texas tied at number one at 5-1. Then you have Georgia at 6-1. Oregon and Penn State tied plus 750. Sixth is Notre Dame, 11-1. Seventh is Bama, 13-1. Clemson, 14-1. LSU, 18-1. Interestingly, Tennessee's 10th. 20-1. Everybody else is pretty much a long shot. Michigan's there at 11th, 22-1. Man, I don't really think any of those, other than those 9 teams, really have a chance. And I'm being nice by putting LSU in there, but LSU has talent. They have a good quarterback. But yeah, man, it feels like a little more open than last year. Although I didn't expect Notre Dame to be in the national championship game last year.
I think, Dave, I draw the line at 8. I think there's 8 teams that have a shot to win it all. I think Ohio State, Texas, Georgia, Oregon, Penn State, Notre Dame, Alabama, and Clemson. And then I'm drawing the line. I don't think LSU can win it all. I don't think Tennessee can win it all. Definitely not Michigan. So that's kind of where I draw the line. By the way, if anybody is curious on the betting line for that Ohio State-Texas game, that is out and available. Ohio State is a 3-point favorite in that one, minus 140 on the money line. And the over-under on that game is 50.5. And you and I have talked about this over the last couple months and how it's such an opportunity for a showcase game, especially thinking about Jeremiah Smith and thinking about those Heisman odds. Jeremiah Smith was stopped by Texas last year in the semifinal game. I believe that this is going to be an opportunity for him to come out of the gates and get his name out there as far as the leader for the Heisman Trophy. If he comes out, gets 1 or 2 touchdowns, Buckeyes win the game, I think he immediately passes Arch Manning and is the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy.
We are out here at beautiful Muirfield Village. The final day of the Memorial Tournament. We'll be with you till 11 o'clock here on the Money. And up next, Scotty has a golf version of This or That. This is On the Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay, moving up payday so you could get your money faster, up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
This summer, Giant Eagle is making a big splash with a carefree summer sweepstakes and your chance to win free groceries for a year. This June, just spend $10 or more shopping for backyard barbecues, road trip essentials, campfire treats, and everything in between. Then swipe your loyalty card for your chance to win. Only at Giant Eagle. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 6/30/25. For official rules, visit gianteaglecarefreesweeps.com.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Get Eco.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, it's that time of year again.
What time is that?
The time all the air conditioners start breaking down.
Oh, that time. Yep, every year.
Get Eco.
Like a swarm of bees. They all get together in a coordinated effort.
You mean the Queen air conditioner tells them all to break down?
Nah, they just get tuckered out in the heat, Aaron. Can we handle all the calls?
Sure, we have a swarm of highly trained coolness experts standing by.
Get Eco.
And we have $3.5 million in new service trucks to get them there the day you call.
The same day? Well, what if you don't call until...
We'll come as late as you'll stay up to let us in. Same day.
That explains all the revving engines.
It's like a beehive of activity, Jerry.
Do you know I invented that weird Scoopy thing you serve honey with?
You should invent something for ketchup, Jerry. It's America.
Ooh, now that's an idea.
Get Eco.
GetEco.com.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Oh, we're doing it live from Jack's place. I'm really jealous because Jacob Reimer has gone into the clubhouse to the pro shop and has already bought the Jack's Place hat.
It's a nice hat.
And I was looking at that hat. There's like 50 different hats in there. There's about 47 of them that I want. And I have not pulled the trigger on deciding exactly which hat I'm going to walk away
plural.
with. Yeah, or hats that I'm going to walk away with.
Scotty wins today, you're going to have plenty of capital to work with.
I'll have some money to work with and be able to buy a few hats if Scotty wins today. It's a little this or that situation as far as which hat I'm going to choose out. So, Cam, let's hit it. This or that. All right, we're going to welcome our friend Ryan Baker to the set as well. He's also going to participate in this or that. And, guys, my first question. So, a lot of these big-time players have a color associated with them that they wear on the Sunday, right? We know about Tiger Woods. Always wore red on Sunday. We know Ricky loves to wear orange. Sometimes it's orange pants with Ricky Fowler. We know Jack, and today is Play Yellow Day, and so Jack Nicklaus associated with the color yellow. So my this, that, or the other thing, what color would you be associated with if you were playing the final round? You were in a major, and you were going for a win. What color shirt would you wear?
Oh, man, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Probably something, I don't know, silver.
Ooh.
Something like that.
Silver for Dave.
Although maybe
He's got the specs in his hair.
Maybe it should be gold. I don't want to finish second. No, I probably would be something like that, yeah.
Okay, so you're going silver.
So the first thing that comes to my mind, I think,
and I know we don't like this color around here, would be blue. Because I think as a kid growing up, blue was my favorite color. But I would want to do something that stands out. I would want to be bright. I would want to be bold. So I'm going
orange.
like a highlighter yellow.
Oh, my.
I'm going highlighter yellow
Perfect
so
for
I can
today.
stand out.
Okay,
I
so
like that.
so
I like
when we
that.
play together someday, if we do a foursome here, you're going to be in silver. Ryan, you're going to be in highlighter yellow. See, and I grew up obviously loving Tiger Woods, and I love the color red, the Buckeye color. So I would go red. Cam, what would be your color?
And I'll take the orange. Give me Ricky Fowler orange.
So to me, and I get what you're going with there, you can't try to do what the greatest of all time did. Like, that's too much pressure.
I get it. Actually, maybe I'll wear green for money. How about that?
Don't be changing
Oh,
it.
I like
You're
that.
always
There
worth
you
a
go.
waffle.
So, all right, if we do our on the money foursome, we got Ryan in the neon yellow. We got
I like that.
Cam in orange. We got Dave in silver, and me in. Well, I'll stick with red. We would be quite the good-looking foursome.
I think you should wear that shirt there, personally. That's the one you should have on Sundays.
Oh, I do love this one. This
That's
one
great.
is
The leaderboard.
The Augusta leaderboard, where it's got just a bunch of numbers all over the shirt. Red and green numbers. Okay, next question. This or that. Favorite club to hit on the golf course? You can choose any club out of your bag. Could be your driver, could be a 4 hybrid, could be a putter, could be a wedge. Favorite club to hit? Dave, you first.
7-iron.
Oh, okay.
It's always been my favorite.
My least favorite.
So
interesting.
That's a great choice because that's one of my clubs in my bag that I feel like if I pull out, I can hit every time. It's funny, my dad and I just had this talk late yesterday because we played at a golf outing down in Cincinnati, and we were driving back and we were talking about things, and we just had this conversation. My favorite club in my bag that I feel like every time I have in my hands, I'm going to hit a good shot, no matter what kind of shot it is my 5-iron. So I'm going my 5-iron.
It's so funny that both of you have picked my two least favorite clubs. I
can tell you your answer right now. I already know what your answer is.
I know you do. But here's the deal. 5-iron, I might hit a 5-iron once a year. Okay?
Was it pitching wedge?
Hate hitting the 5-iron. And the 7-iron I'm not comfortable with at all either. The two clubs I love the most are the 4 hybrid and a club that everybody laughs at that I even have in my bag, but it is a 64-degree wedge. Whenever anybody sees that I have a 64-degree wedge, they're like, what? You have a 64-degree? What is wrong with you? But it's my favorite club.
So, Dave, 2 stories about this with Scotty. Scotty and I played last Sunday, a week ago today, and we were talking about his 4 hybrid. I bet he hits that 20 times a round, at least, minimum. I mean, because he can hit it 200. He can hit it 160. He's got swings for all of it. He got his money's worth on this club so much. And one time I played with Scotty, and he forgot his 64-degree wedge. It got in his head. It's the worst I've ever seen him play. He didn't know what to do.
I can imagine that if it's your favorite club and all of a sudden you don't have it, you feel naked out there. All right, we promised we were going to. Do you have one more?
Yeah, one
Go
more.
ahead.
I want to get Cam's answer, too. Cam, favorite club in the bag?
Yeah, sorry, Cam.
Pitching wedge.
Okay, that's a good choice.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
All right, last one, guys. And you get to choose one of these skills, okay? You could have Bryson DeChambeau's driving ability. You could have Scotty Scheffler's ball striking ability. Or you could have Phil Mickelson's short game. And I'm talking Phil Mickelson in his prime. I'm throwing Tiger. Originally, I was going to put Tiger in this with clutchness, but I'm throwing Tiger out because we would all choose that. But Bryson's driving, Scotty's ball striking, or Phil in his short game, choose one.
Scotty's ball striking for sure for me because, I mean, there's a reason he's been number one for how long now?
Okay.
So Scotty's ball striking is immaculate, right? It's so good. You're going to win tournaments that way. Phil's short game at times was some of the best. And usually, what is it, Scotty? 150, 100 yards in, that's where you make your dough. They didn't make commercials about either of those. They made commercials about chicks dig the long ball. Give me Bryson's ability to hit that little white ball.
I know. I feel that same way. Like, the Scotty ball striking is incredible, and that's going to win you tournaments, and that's going to keep you at number one for a long time. But the DeChambeau long ball, sign me up for that. When we come back, we have a story of a local couple that went on odds that were 26 million to 1, and they hit recently. 26 million to 1, and they hit. What the heck are we talking about? We're going to get into that next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Open a money market account at Kemba Financial Credit Union and enjoy a 4.00% APY intro rate until April 2026, 6 times the national average. Maintain easy access to your funds and secure financial stability. Don't miss out. Offer expires July 31st, 2025. Visit Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Advantage status and $5,000 minimum and $1 million maximum deposit required. APY equals annual percentage yield. Comparison based on FDIC average. Federally insured by NCUA.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets, and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. A lot of times people just come to me and they're like, I've tried everything. I just can't lose weight. And I'm like, you haven't tried everything. You haven't tried Awaken 180. And we're completely different. The biggest difference I hear from people is the relationship with the health coach, because we get to know you. We're there for you. We're unlimited support for you. It's not just somebody who's sending you a cookie cutter program. You're getting that personal health coach. You and your health coach will work together at Awaken 180 to figure out how to make it your new lifestyle so that you don't have to think about it. You just live your life. That's the main difference. Come talk to us and see how Awaken 180 can help you.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Unlimited coaching, unlimited support. Awaken 180 is there for you while losing weight fast and after reaching your goal. Free support for life at Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Open a money market account at Kemba Financial Credit Union and enjoy a 4.00% APY intro rate until April 2026, 6 times the national average. Maintain easy access to your funds and secure financial stability. Don't miss out. Offer expires July 31st, 2025. Visit Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Advantage status and $5,000 minimum and $1 million maximum deposit required. APY equals annual percentage yield. Comparison based on FDIC average. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
And we are back here at Jack's Place. It is Muirfield Village broadcasting live. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas. This is On the Money. And Dave, I know you want to do a couple more of those Scotty Doesn't Knows.
That's
what do you got for me?
And we'll get to the 26 million to 1 odds in a moment. But yes, up next for Scotty Doesn't Know, we're going to sprinkle these in throughout the show. All right. How many times did Jack win his own tournament? How many times did Jack win the Memorial?
I believe he's won it twice.
Nailed it.
Let's go.
Man, you're doing really, really good. All right. Which years?
Oh, geez. It's got to be one of the first ones, right? So we said it. The tournament started in '76. I believe
it definitely was one of the first ones, but it wasn't the first.
I believe Roger Maltby won the first.
You got that one, yeah.
Is that one of your Scotty Doesn't Knows?
Who won the first Memorial Tournament in '76? Roger Maltby.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Okay. Now I'm angry that I brought that up. I could have looked like a genius when you asked the question.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 77. Did he win the second one? Okay.
Yes, and then his second one was in?
How about 80?
No.
80. I'm just going to go with the year I was born. 84.
84, correct.
Oh,
he won at 77 and 84. One more real quick one here. When you mentioned Roger Maltby won the first one, do you know how much he made, roughly?
Oh, geez. First Memorial Tournament winner, Roger Maltby made, let's go with $13,000.
No. Not a bad guess, though.
Higher?
40,000.
Okay, 40,000.
And then this year, if Scotty Scheffler wins, or whoever wins, would win $4 million. So just 100 times more than poor Roger got back in '76. All right, now, as promised, $26 million to 1 odds. Talk to me.
Dave, this is an absolutely incredible story, and it happened at the Players Club at Foxfire, locally here. And I've actually played there. Fun course. And this is a feat that carries 26 million to 1 odds. And what happened was 2 amateur golfers aced the same par 3 with consecutive shots on May 23rd. I mean, the fact is, the fact of a hole-in-one is incredible. But then you're talking about back-to-back. And one of my favorite things about this, because I've always had visions of hitting my own hole-in-one. Of course, we all have. If you've picked up a club, the dream is you want to have a hole-in-one.
I was just about to ask if you've had one or not.
I love
Neither
the
one
fact
of you have?
that I love the fact that the guy who hit the hole-in-one was holding up his ball, and he was playing a pink golf ball, right? I mean, and I've always felt like, okay, when I finally officially get that hole-in-one, if I ever do, what golf ball would I display? Because, of course, if I hit a hole-in-one, I'm displaying this. Honey, I'm putting it right on the mantle in the living room. We're putting the golf ball that's a hole-in-one.
It'll be bigger than the TV.
Now, I like to play a yellow golf ball a lot. Right? So I would potentially be displaying a yellow golf ball, which would be kind of funny. But
that would be cool.
I love the fact that the guy who made the ace had a pink golf ball, and the fact that these guys went back-to-back hole-in-ones, 26 million to 1 odds.
I need those colored golf balls because when I inevitably slice one way into the trees where it's almost impossible to find, maybe I could find it if I had a yellow ball or a pink ball.
And, Ryan, you said this isn't the first time that this has happened at Foxfire.
No, it's not the first time on this hole even. It's the second time this has happened on this hole. A father and son did it from the same group before. That's pretty amazing this time that this was the last guy to tee off in one group. They went to the next hole. The first guy in the next group hit the hole-in-one. A bunch of the maintenance guys were there and were on break and actually saw this happen. So it's pretty cool. But I actually know this hole very well because I've played the Players Club out at Foxfire a lot in my life. And this is a tough little green, Scotty. It's maybe 10 yards front to back. It's very wide and narrow. Now, there is a slope kind of in the middle, so if that pin is on either side and you catch that slope, you can roll down and you can get close. But it's a tough little green to hit, and the fact that these guys did this is just amazing. Dave asked if either of us had ever done this. The closest I've ever been is 6 inches. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a foggy morning at Deer Creek. This was probably about 25 years ago. 166-yard hole. I hit a 7-iron, and we didn't even see it. We had no clue where the ball was until we got up to the hole, and it was 6 inches away. What's the closest you've ever been?
For me, it was Medallion. It was this year, and it was within about 4 inches. I thought it was going in, and it was 4 inches past the hole. And it was perfect because I've always dreamed that if there's water on the hole that I hit the par 3 in, I'm jumping into the water, swimming across the pond, getting out, and then getting my ball.
The NBA Finals matchup is set. You have OKC against Indy. The Pacers. How about the Pacers? Do they have any chance against the Thunder? The betting odds aren't real good. We have the NHL Stanley Cup Finals set. Rematch of last year. The Oilers are the underdog, right? Maybe not. That's up next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling in video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at changethegameohio.org. That's changethegameohio.org.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. We'll get to NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals betting odds in just a moment. Let's throw a couple other Scotty Doesn't Knows out there. Memorial themed. We're going to do this throughout the show. All right. How many times did Tiger win the Memorial? He's won it the most of anybody.
I want to say 6.
You're very close to no.
5.
5. Yep. Do you know? Okay, who is the second most? This is a tough one. I would have got this. Who was the second most? He won. This guy won 3.
I want to say Kenny Perry.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Way to go. Way to go. All right. So NBA, we're going to mix in some more of those later. Man, if you're looking to bet on OKC to win the NBA Finals, I hope you already did that because you're not getting really good odds here. Minus 750. I tend to think this is going to be a decent series. I think the Thunder will win. I mean, they're fantastic. They got the MVP. They've got depth. They made really good moves in the offseason. They already had the core of their team. Pacers plus 525. I'm not going to bet on it, but if I had to bet, I would go with the long shots. I think the Pacers are a good team. It's not like they're a fluke team. You look at their records, they're only 50-32 during the regular season. It's a little misleading because after the first of the year, they've been one of the best teams in the NBA, and they've carried that right into the playoffs.
I was a little surprised at the minus 750. So before the Western Conference Finals is when I took OKC, and I got them at about minus 330, which I thought, again, I was still paying a premium price on that one. But now at minus 750, there's zero value whatsoever. I feel like this is probably going to go 5 or 6 games. I feel pretty confident OKC wins it, but I'm with you. I think Indiana can win a game or two.
And I was surprised by this. I mean, I follow the NHL. I'm a huge Blue Jackets fan. I'm not diehard like the diehard Blue Jackets fans like Ryan Baker and some of the diehards, but I love the Jackets. But I don't follow the NHL as closely as I follow like NFL or college football or even the NBA or Major League Baseball, but I follow it. But I was surprised to see this. We have a rematch from last year. It looked like the Panthers were going to sweep the Oilers last year. That ends up going 7 games, but the Panthers won. I thought the Panthers would be favored. It's almost a pick 'em, but the Oilers are the slight favorites to win the Stanley Cup, -120. Can Connor McDavid finally break through? Can a Canadian team finally break through for the first time in forever? The defending champion Panthers, who took our goalie away from us. Why did that ever happen? Why did we replace Bob with Elvis? Anyway, the Panthers are even money, -100. That's interesting to me. I think if I had to bet on, I'll bet on the Panthers to repeat.
Yeah, and for me, gosh, it's been a fun NHL playoffs, but for me, I would love to see this thing go 6 or 7 games. That told me the fact that this is such a close series odds-wise, if we could get a Stanley Cup Finals where we could go 7 games, that would be the ultimate. Because I don't think that the NBA series has a chance of going 7, but I think the NHL one absolutely does.
We're out here at the beautiful Muirfield Village, final day of the Memorial Tournament. And the first hour of the show is in the books. Stick around for the second hour. We've got Scotty Doesn't Know. We've got this or that. We've got the Parlay Party. We, of course, have your betting odds for the Memorial. Stick around for the second hour. This is On the Money.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring into savings at Ohio Mulch. Get your mulch as easy as ever. Save $50 on home delivery now through Sunday. All you got to do is visit OhioMulch.com today.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Cam Taylor. Today is the final round of the 2025 Memorial Golf Tournament at Jack's Place. Scotty Scheffler used a strong finish to his third round to take a one-stroke lead over Ben Griffin at 8 under par. The final pairing will tee off this afternoon at 2:05. The NBA Finals are officially set after the Indiana Pacers used a dominant second half to finish off the New York Knicks 125-108 to win the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pacers are going back to the finals for only the second time in franchise history and the first time in 25 years. They'll be facing the Oklahoma City Thunder, the team that finished with the best record in the regular season. The NBA Finals will start on Thursday with Game 1 at 8:30. Cincinnati Reds fell 2-0 to the Chicago Cubs yesterday. The two sides will finish up their three-game series today at 2:20. And the Cleveland Guardians beat the Los Angeles Angels 7-5 yesterday. Cleveland will have a chance to win the rubber match game at 1:40.
Hours of live memorial coverage? Yes, please. You're listening to On the Money, live from the Memorial.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Welcome back to On the Money, 97.1 The Fan. I am Dave Biddle. I am joined by Scott Prokop. We, of course, like to call him Scotty Vegas. We have producer Cam Taylor at the controls. Back at the studio. We are out here live at Muirfield Village. It's gorgeous out here. A little chilly, but I like this. I would rather have it be a little chilly than too hot. And later it's going to be perfect. It's going to be in the 60s. It's sunny. Not exactly what we had like on Friday, for example. You were out here all day Friday. I was not. They played right through it, though.
Oh, yeah.
No delays.
And you know what? It was incredible. Like, there's the staff here is insanely good.
Yes.
And the fact that they got that course as playable and as great as it was on a day where it was just pouring down rain from when I got here at 4:30 in the morning on Friday to when we left at like 6:30 in the afternoon. It was incredible, the volunteers and the staff here at Muirfield Village, because that whole day there was no delay. It was amazing.
Well, we're celebrating a lot of things, being out here definitely being one of them. And right about now, Cam Taylor, it is time for the Parlay Party. Hit it. All right. Parlay Party is where we celebrate anything we want to celebrate. Could be a nice parlay that we hit. Could be being out here at Jack's Place. Could be that cool hat that our buddy Rhymetime bought. I might have to buy that same hat and just copy off him. I have no shame in my game. Scotty Vegas, what are you celebrating today?
I'm not going to lie. This is one of my favorite days of the year. I love the Sunday out here. The fact that we got perfect weather just makes it even better. And you mentioned the hat that Reimer got. I went into the pro shop. I got myself on Wednesday a nice little Memorial Tournament putter cover.
I love that.
And I love it so much. I've never been more excited about a putter cover in my life. But it's got the Memorial Tournament logo. It's got a milkshake. It's got a state of Ohio. It's got a clover for Dublin. It's got Buckeye leaves. I mean, it is absolutely, if I were to design a putter cover, it would have exactly been that. And guess what? I walked in there today, sold out, so I'm so glad that I bought it on Wednesday.
Nice.
The other thing I'm glad that I did on Wednesday was that I put a lot of money on Scotty Scheffler to win this tournament. And he goes into the final round with a one-shot lead. He is a great closer on tour. He was a little bit more than 3-1 on Wednesday, and he's in great shape heading into the final round. So, again, one of my favorite days of the year. I can't wait. Once we finish the Parlay Party, I'm going to share my top 10, top 20 parlay for today. But, Dave, what are you celebrating on this Sunday?
I'm definitely celebrating being out here. I'm celebrating the fact that you and my sister had never met. You and I have known each other for at least, we've been doing the show for almost 7 years now. And I knew she was going to be here today with her family, my niece and my brother-in-law as well. I get a call from you. You're like, hey, I just met your sister. And you guys don't know each other. I'm like, how did that happen? I figured, because you're wearing 97.1 The Fan gear. That was actually engineer Dan Volpe, who was wearing the 97.1 The Fan gear. And then I eventually tell my sister, I text her, I'm like, hey, it's really cool that you met Scotty. And I spelled it, like you spell Scotty with a Y at the end, not I-E like Scheffler. And she replies, Scotty? with a question mark. She's like, no, I didn't meet the golfer. I met your co-host. I'm like, yeah, I know. I didn't say Scotty IE. And then she's like, oh, yeah. And then she thought that was funny. So
I love that she thought you were that you thought she was hanging out with Scotty Scheffler on the Sunday of the final day.
I would put it past my niece. She was out here for the program, and she got selfies with Peyton Manning, Luke Bryan. I'm forgetting somebody else she got a selfie with. She was getting selfies with Peyton Manning and the likes of that. I don't think she got Steph Curry. You know, I was listening to Anthony when you were on your show on Wednesday, and Anthony was saying Steph Curry was the one that moved the needle the most, even more than Peyton Manning, which I figured it would be Peyton then Steph, but Steph is a current athlete, so that plays into it. The other thing I'm celebrating, I almost don't want to celebrate this, but when you win money, you got to celebrate it, right? So I was co-hosting the Buckeyes show Friday evening with Austin Ward. And I knew Wright State. I follow Wright State baseball. They're like the little engine that could. They're a really good college baseball program. They put guys in Major League Baseball. They're in the NCAA tournament almost every year, and they're a really good pro. Like the starting catcher for the Braves, Sean Murphy, Wright State guy. They have some other guys that are in the Major League Baseball right now. So, and I knew they were playing #1 overall seed Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt. Not really a chance to win the game. And I flip on the score, the box score, while I'm hosting the show with Austin, and it says 2-1 or 2-0 Wright State. And I'm like, geez, okay. But it was only like the third inning or something like that. So I checked the betting odds. So it's like Vandy's getting plus money at that point. I'm like, that barely. Then Wright State hits a home run. They're up 3-0, like in the fifth inning or something like that. Then Vandy's getting maybe like plus 160 or something. Maybe it was higher than that, plus 180, something like that. And Wright State's pitcher's throwing a no-hitter. So I told Austin, I'm like, I think I'm going to throw 50 on that. Okay, Vandy's getting like a lot more plus money. I'm going to throw another 50 on that. By the end of that, I might or might not have netted over $300 betting against my team. And here's the thing. It never would have happened if the Wright State's head coach, they call them head coaches, not managers in college baseball, he took the pitcher out after 72 pitches who was throwing the no-hitter. The very first hitter for Vanderbilt when they bring in the new pitcher in the seventh inning, home run. You don't take a pitcher out when he's throwing a no-hitter with just 72 pitches. Anyway, so I really shouldn't celebrate that, but I kind of am.
Yes, you should.
Cam, what are you celebrating, man?
Definitely finishing up with the Memorial today. Always excited for this big event in our city, in our town. And then really excited about the matchup that we have going for the NBA Finals this week starting on Thursday. And even then the Stanley Cup Finals, a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup starting on Wednesday.
Okay.
So do you think there's a chance for the Pacers? A puncher's chance here?
Not really, no. I think SGA and the Thunder, the best team this whole season. Yeah. He's going to finish off his MVP season with a ring as well.
Yeah, and he's got a good supporting cast. I mean, he's obviously the MVP, and rightfully so. And I say that thinking that Jokic is, like, obviously one of the best players of all time. You really couldn't go wrong with either one of them. But, yeah, they did a good job adding pieces in the offseason, like Caruso and Hartenstein, and they already had a really good roster. I'm hoping Indiana can keep it close, but I'm with you, Cam. I'll be surprised if they do. All right, let's look at your betting odds for the Memorial Tournament. To no surprise, Scotty Scheffler, your leader, at 8 under par, minus 310 to win the Memorial. He would be the first one to go back-to-back since Tiger Woods had a three-peat from 99 to 01, which Scotty obviously knows that now that we've talked about it 16 different times. All right, Ben Griffin, you're getting plus 4. I love it. Ben Griffin's getting plus 450, or 445, ESPN bet, 455. Ben Griffin is 7 under. Everybody else is a long shot. Nick Taylor, 16 to 1. Spieth, 40 to 1. Keegan Bradley and Straka, 50 to 1. Ricky Fowler, 200 to 1. Cantlay, 90 to 1. Shane Lowry, 80 to 1.
Okay, so everybody's wondering now, how are we going to bet this final round? Because Scotty Scheffler is such a huge favorite at this point. Well, I've got two different ways that you can make money today. And one is, don't be afraid to take Scotty Scheffler to win today and then parlay that with U.S. Open. And he is going to be a significant favorite, of course, at Oakmont at the U.S. Open in 2 weeks. If you parlay Scotty to win today with Scotty to win in 2 weeks, I think that's a smart parlay because when Scotty is hot, Scotty stays hot. And if you want to, the couple other names, if you're looking for a little bit more value, you could do Scotty Scheffler to win today with Bryson DeChambeau to win the U.S. Open because Bryson kills the ball off the tee. I think his game sets up perfectly at Oakmont. Already has a couple U.S. Open titles under his belt, so I like that. And then the other name I'd throw potentially out there for in 2 weeks is John Rahm. So Scotty Scheffler to win today with John Rahm at the U.S. Open in a couple weeks. That'll give you another value. So that's one way to bet today. The other way to bet today, and I've already placed this bet, and I love it. It's a parlay I put together, and I'm trying to convince more people around here to follow this parlay.
Okay,
I'm in. It's 20 to 1.
Okay, I'm in.
Here's the deal. 4 guys to finish in the top 10.
Okay.
Sepp Straka, Jordan Spieth, Keegan Bradley, and Patrick Cantlay. They're all currently in the top 10. They just need to stay there by the end of the round. And then 4 guys to stay in the top 20. Xander Schauffele, Maverick McNealy, Sam Burns, and Harris English. Okay? If those 8 all stay exactly where they are right now, which is top 10 and top 20, that bet pays 20 to 1.
I'll jump on that.
I think it is terrific value. It is such great value, Dave, that this morning when I was getting ready to head out to Muirfield Village, I saw my wife's phone. She was still sleeping. I grabbed her phone. I know she had some bonus bets.
Ooh.
And so I grabbed her phone and I started placing this top 10, top 20 parlay on her phone. So when she wakes up today, she's going to see that she's got a few new bets in her betting account at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook, of course, that's got these top 10, top 20 parlays, because I feel that confident in this 20 to 1 bet, and I think this will be a lot of fun to track throughout the day.
Let's go over that again. All right, 4 that need to be in the top 10, and then 4 that need to be in the top 20. The 4 that need to be in the top 10, so there's 20 to 1 are Sepp, and then Spieth, Bradley, and Cantlay, right?
Yep, that's your top. Those are the 4 that need to be top 10.
And then,
by the way, they're already in the top 10.
Right, and then it's Xander. Then you have McNealy, Burns, and English need to be top 20.
Top 20.
And
oh, by the way,
20 to 1. I'm in
all
on that.
of those guys are already in the top 20. So you just can't have any really bad rounds from those guys. Because English right now is in 15th place. Okay, that's the most dangerous on the top 20 bet. The most dangerous on the top 10 bet is Patrick Cantlay. He's in 7th place.
Tied for 7th, yep.
So as long as things hold, we're getting this 20 to 1 bet through. This would be a fun one to make. If you're on your way out to Muirfield Village, I'm telling you, that's the parlay to put in for today.
I love it, Scotty. Nice work there.
Let's win some money.
All right, you guys were talking about hole-in-ones earlier. There have been a total of 22 hole aces, holes-in-one ever at the Memorial.
22.
One guy did it twice.
Okay.
One guy did it twice. It was in 2006. He did it in the same round, which is crazy. I never heard of this guy until I did this last year. These are some of the same questions I asked you last year. We're testing your memory. I've never heard of this guy, but he aced 2 holes in 2006 here at the Memorial.
Bob Tway.
Yes, you can read. Good job.
Tway.
Nailed it. Bob Tway. Had you ever heard of Bob Tway?
Okay, I have heard of Bob Tway. I couldn't tell you anything about him. Honestly, you said 06.
06. And there's only been 22 ever. He did 2 in this. He's the only one to have more than 1, and he did it in the same round.
Wow.
That's insane. All right.
That is
and Scotty knew it. Scotty knew it because Scotty did not skip English class. All right, you could get the chance to sit courtside at any Ohio State basketball game, past or present.
Yeah.
Anything.
A game this year,
what would
a game
that,
from the past, any game.
What would that game be? That's up next on The Money.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Oh, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if erectile dysfunction is making for a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Tri-State Men's Health, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. And for a limited time, we're offering new patients a free first visit to help you get the care you deserve. This includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose to demonstrate to you the amazing effectiveness of our treatments. Call 800-900-9654 or go to TriStateMen'sHealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
This summer, elevate your backyard barbecue game with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus in Dublin. Experience the power of Napoleon's infrared sizzle zone,
reaching up to 1,800 degrees in just 30 seconds for that perfect steakhouse sear.
Stay connected with the Napoleon Home app.
Monitor up to 3 temperature probes, all from your smartphone.
Built to last with premium steel, the grilling season never ends with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus. Visit Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin and transform your patio into a gourmet grilling paradise.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM Insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Bishop and Friends.
You cannot talk about the coolest athletes of all time from Ohio without my guy.
Oh, yeah!
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
When you join the plus side with AAA, that's all you'll have to do. Or you could learn to change your own tire.
Hey fam, what's up? Today I'm gonna teach you to change a flat. Before we start, make sure it's not raining, or hailing, or lightning.
You can have AAA find you the right insurance policy, or you can shop for your own.
Hello?
I'm with Mega Insure. You requested a quote?
Yes, 3 months ago.
You could have our travel advisors plan your dream vacation or book your own travel.
Woo! Panama City Beach, spring break.
I thought you said we were going to Panama.
Wait, there's a difference?
Skip the hard work. On the plus side, get more with AAA. Go to AAA.com/plus side.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, it's that time of year again.
What time is that?
The time all the air conditioners start breaking down.
Oh, that time. Yep, every year.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Like a swarm of bees. They all get together in a coordinated effort.
You mean the Queen air conditioner tells them all to break down?
Nah, they just get tuckered out in the heat, Aaron. Can we handle all the calls?
Sure, we have a swarm of highly trained coolness experts standing by.
Get Eco.
ECO.
And we have $3.5 million in new service trucks to get them there the day you call.
The same day? Well, what if you don't call until...
We'll come as late as you'll stay up to let us in. Same day.
That explains all the revving engines.
It's like a beehive of activity, Jerry.
Do you know I invented that weird scoopy thing you serve honey with?
You should invent something for ketchup, Jerry. It's America.
Ooh, now that's an idea.
Get Eco.
ECO.
GetEco.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here for the rest of our Sunday. We're looking at hazy skies and highs around 70 here for this afternoon. And then for tonight, mostly clear and cooling down into the upper 40s. By Monday, we're tracking more sunshine, still hazy as highs reach the upper 70s. And we're looking at highs well into the 80s here for Tuesday into Wednesday before we track storm chances by the end of the week. And that's your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
Here's a quick 10-second reminder that the Buckeyes have won the Natty. Also, we air all the games, and we always will. Thank you. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. You're listening to On the Money, live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Oh, baby, we are going to have a lot of fun this segment. We always do on this show. This segment I'm especially excited about because we're going to be talking Ohio State hoops. And here's the question. You get the chance to sit courtside at any Ohio State hoops game in history. What game are you picking? And here's the beautiful thing. We got 6 people here at the tent here at Muirfield Village. We're broadcasting live on the final day of the Memorial Tournament. And so 6 people in the tent all had 6 very aggressive opinions during the commercial break. So we're going to get the answers from all 6. So we're going to go around the horn. R.I.P. around the horn. But around the horn.
Are you Tony Reale?
With the question, you get the chance to sit courtside at any Ohio State hoops game in history. What game are you picking? We are going to start out with Dan Volpe. Dan is our engineer who gets things done around here.
He gets things done.
Dan, any game in history, Ohio State hoops, you sit courtside. What game are you taking?
It's the only right answer. It's got to be 05 Illinois with Matt Sylvester's buzzer beater.
Okay, I love that one. That one is really at my heart because I was at that game at the shot, and I had Illinois fans all around me during that game.
Yep.
And once Matt Sylvester hit that game-winning shot, I turned around and I yelled right in the Illinois fan that was right behind me in his face.
And then ran off.
Perfect my rear end because we ruined the Illinois perfect season. Good answer, Dan Volpe. Now Jacob Reimer from the Buckeye Show. Huge college basketball fan. Yep. He prefers North Carolina basketball to Ohio State basketball.
So since you said that, I think my answer is going to be pretty obvious. And it's from the ACC Big Ten Challenge, ripped to that from just a few years ago when Ohio State beat Duke. Woo. With the E.J. Liddell shot at the end. That was electric. He was automatic from the mid-range. And Coach K's last year, can anybody remind me how that season ended for them?
For Coach K?
Yeah.
They lost to North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I thought this was a Buckeye Hoops segment.
I know.
Okay, and I'm glad Jacob is referring to that game. I actually sat courtside at that game, and I ran on the court after Ohio State won that game. I was the only one who was not a student on the court. I was the idiot who's like 36 years old, jumping up and down.
Ding.
You're in grad school. It's just we're late to start college. You were still in grad school, I think, at 36, right?
That's a good answer. Let's go to Chris. Chris has been getting it done for us here all week at the Memorial Tournament, a member of our fan team. Chris, courtside, any Buckeye game in history, what are you taking?
Yeah, I think I'm going, I think it was 2010 quarterfinal of the Big Ten Championship. Give me courtside right at half court on the south side, the camera side, where Evan Turner hit that game winner against the team up north. I remember being 13 going crazy.
E.T., baby. Yep. That was a noon game, quarterfinal game, Big Ten tournament. E.T. from half court. I've got the picture hanging up in the man cave.
Yes.
I was at that one as well. And the fun thing about that was as soon as Evan Turner hit that shot, I went running over to the Michigan student section and started a near fight at that point.
And then ran off.
Let's get kind of a little bit of a theme here. I've got a problem.
No,
Ryan
funny.
Baker. Any game in history.
All right, guys. It was cute that Dan said that there was only one correct answer. He just had it wrong what the correct answer was. February 17th was a Sunday afternoon, 1991. Ohio State, Indiana, double overtime, 97-95. Jimmy Jackson, Damon Bailey, Treg Lee, Calbert Chaney, St. John Arena. I mean, that was peak Ohio State basketball right there, in my opinion. And that game, Dickie V on the call, that atmosphere at St. John was just so good. That's the one. You got to be courtside for that one.
I almost said Ron Lewis against Xavier, because not only was that a last-second shot, that wasn't just a last-second shot that felt good and it was a good win. What did it do? It led them to a run all the way to the national championship game. But I was sitting courtside for that game at Rupp Arena for Ohio State and Xavier, so I can't pick that. So I'm going to go all the way back. This is the one right answer, boys. 1960, the national championship game. Ohio State's won one national championship ever in basketball. I would have loved to be able to teleport myself back to 1960 and sit courtside, watch Jerry Lucas, John Havlicek, some guy named Bobby Knight came off the bench. Ohio State's only national championship ever. I'd like to be courtside for that.
Oh my gosh, great answers!
I thought somebody else was going to steal that one. I thought Ryan. I like Ryan. That was one of my favorite games of my childhood.
Yeah,
that 91. Go ahead, Cam. Of course.
Yeah, go Cam.
I'm going to go back to that. Also, that Thad 5 team with Mike Conley, Greg Oden, and it was a number 1 versus 2 matchup in 2007 between Wisconsin and OSU at home, and Mike Conley wins it at the end with a little floater. So I'd love to be there for 2 of the top teams in the country.
So funny story about that, Cam. It was actually number 1 versus number 1 in that game, believe it or not, because there were the coaches poll and the AP poll. One had Ohio State at number 1, one had Wisconsin at number 1. And you're right, Kim, and it ended up being an incredible game. And Conley just hit that little runner.
It was a close game.
Right near the free throw line.
It was a rock fight, I believe. Wasn't it like 51-49 or something like that?
49-48 final score.
49-48.
Yes. That was such a low-scoring game. And I love that you brought that up, because I actually wrote down 10 different games that I would love to be courtside at Ohio State basketball. That wasn't one, but I loved being at that one.
I love all the answers we have, like the variety of answers, because, like, really, I mean, we're joking around. We all have the right answer. Like, all of these are great answers.
And I'm going to throw one out that none of you guys have mentioned, and I loved this game so much. It was Ohio State versus St. John's in the Elite Eight for Ohio State to get to the Final Four. And that was one of those games that, gosh, it really was like Ohio State finally got over that hump.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to make it. They're going to do it. They get it done, and Ohio State gets to go to the Final Four. And that was after an 8-22 Ohio State season the year before. It was Jim O'Brien's second year. Scooney Penn, Michael Redd. Fantastic game. Came down to the end, and it led Ohio State to get to the Final Four. Other ones I wrote down, Ohio State, Georgetown in the Final Four. How about Ohio State versus Tennessee when Ohio State was down by 20 in the Sweet 16 when they made the run all the way to the national championship game. So many great memories, but courtside OSU hoops, a lot of good answers.
I was in New York City when Ohio State was playing St. John's in that Elite Eight game. Bill Rafter was on the call. We just watched it in the hotel room. I remember we were also there for the Auburn game when Ohio State knocked off number 1 seed Auburn. We were at what was the old ESPN grill that they had there? It was like it went out of business years ago, but we were right there in Times Square, watched Ohio State beat Auburn. Man, that was fun. And then a couple days later, they knocked off St. John's.
Hey, can I call an audible? And we do this same thing with Ohio State football next segment, where you could pick any game in Ohio State history to be at for football. Let's do that next.
You want to do a little this or that with Ohio State football?
Yes.
And then we'll do this or that after that.
All right, let's do it.
That's up
We're
next.
live from Muirfield Village. This is On the Money.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef is on sale. 3-pound rolls are only $3.77 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like asterisk-free checking. An account that's filled with features, but no monthly maintenance fee, no matter what. Because it's your money, right? So we think you should keep it. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's our us. When dreams sunk in, that's our us.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
97.1 The Fan Memorial Leaderboard Update.
And this is your leaderboard update, sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Rates as low as 5.54% and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Happy Sunday from Muirfield Village. Scotty Scheffler plans to make his chase to defend his title today after carding his first ever bogey-free round at the Memorial Tournament with a 4-under 68 yesterday, birding 4 of the last 5 holes to close his round and moving into the lead after round 3. He tees off this afternoon at 2:05 with first round leader Ben Griffin. We do have golfers out on the course right now trying to move up the leaderboard. Justin Rose is currently 3 under through 5 holes with an eagle on 5, and Ludwig Oberg is 2 under through 4 holes on his round. I'm Jacob Reimer with your live Memorial Tournament updates here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
1, 2, 3. Here in The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Scotty Vegas says the only thing missing from Muirfield is a sports book. You're listening to On the Money, live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
All right, you could sit at the 50-yard line for any Ohio State football game, past or present. What would it be? We took a look at Ohio State basketball in the previous segment. If you could sit courtside for any Ohio State game, what would it be? We went around the horn. We're going to do the same thing for football. First of all, what's the perfect place? I said 50-yard line. Do you like about 10 rows up, 20 rows? I don't want to be too low because you're going to miss some action. I want about 10, 15 rows up on the 50. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm probably about maybe even a little higher up, actually. I actually love the first row of C deck at the 50-yard line.
Yes.
Gosh, you see everything right there. So that's where I'm taking. If we're going back in history to any Ohio State football game to go to, I think I'm going to take the tickets of first row of the upper deck at the 50-yard line.
Okay. Do you want to lead us off here? You can go to any Ohio State football game, sit at your favorite seat, past or present. What would it be?
Okay, so I thought hard about this one, and there's so many great ones to choose from. However, when I was a kid, when I really, really, really took the step to the next level as far as Buckeye fandom was the 97 Rose Bowl. And when I think back to that, and you had Jake the Snake, Jake Plummer, and the dramatic game that was, and it's in a setting where it's my bucket list is to go to the Rose Bowl at some point. And I know it didn't mean a national championship. I get it. It should have. But 50-yard line for that game, that to me would be incredible. Part of it is because of that being one of my first major memories of Ohio State football and watching that game and that comeback and how awesome it was, that final drive, David Boston catching the ball in the end zone, doing the little robot dance. I think I'm going to take that one as my number one pick of if I could go to any game and sit at the 50-yard line, that's what I'm taking.
That one almost was not bittersweet. I was thrilled the Buckeyes won, but the fact that they lost to a bad Michigan team 13-9 at home, they would have won the national championship if they would have beat Michigan, but they finished second. Florida, Steve Spurrier got his one and only national championship because of that. All right, let's skip over me. I'll go last. Let's kick it to Dan Volpe. Any Ohio State game, past or present?
I have gone back and forth on this, and this is probably recency bias, but give me the Cotton Bowl. Give me Jack Sawyer's scoop and score from the 50.
Nice. All right, now we're going to Ryan time is next, and we'll do Chris after that, then Ryan.
I'm going back and forth on a couple, too. I wish Dan would have said one of the ones that I wanted so I could go the other route. I think I'm going to go with the J.T. Barrett masterclass in the Penn State game in that fourth quarter.
Yes, and Dan and I were actually at that game together, and that's a great choice. That was an unbelievable game, unbelievable comeback, and it started with Saquon Barkley.
That's right.
We were walking in when he ran that back.
Barkley, yeah.
That's the kiss of death. You return the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah,
Ohio State, Ted Ginn, later the Chicago Bears, when they played the Colts, they returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. That was the one where I was like, oh, okay, this was going to break the rule because like Penn State's probably going to win. Then J.T. Barrett turns into Joe Montana. What we got next? We got Rhyme Time. You next, or we got Chris? Okay, Chris, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if I didn't go, you're good. If I didn't go to the 16 Ohio State-Michigan game, I think I would have said that, which was amazing. But I think the one I didn't go to that I would have loved to have gone to as a young buck would have been the 2002 championship game and see Maurice Clarett go and strip that ball and save the game for us. It was just iconic.
Yeah.
Hard to pick against that one.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, there was such a huge underdog, and I love Sun Devil Stadium. I know it's not even called Sun Devil Stadium anymore. Love that place. That's a great one. Ryan Baker, what do you got?
So, unlike basketball, I'm not sure that there's a right answer here because I've been waffling between two. And the one I was going to go with was what Chris just said, the 2002 National Championship. It was a great game. Ohio State's first since 1968, the first that I got to see in my lifetime. Since he took that one, I'll go to 2006, and I'll go 1 versus 2. Ohio State, Michigan. What a classic game that one was. So I will say that because 02 National Championship he took, but I think that's mine.
But there's no rules here. You can pick the same game somebody else. We're doing a good job by not doing that, though. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, there's so many you could pick from. All right, guys, I'm just feeling the 60s today. I went 1960 National Championship game for Ohio State for basketball. I feel like Bob Dylan playing in the background here. I can just hear Bob Dylan playing. I'm going to go January 1st, 1969, the Rose Bowl. The unbeatable USC Trojans with O.J. Simpson playing against all these sophomores like Rex Kern, these guys, Jack Tatum. Who are these guys, right? And Ohio State was big underdogs. I've actually watched that game. You can watch it on YouTube. It's so cool. They have like the player introductions. They take their helmet off. Or, it's just so cool. And for Ohio State to win in USC's backyard, really, and win their national championship, that ended up being really Woody's last national title. They technically got one in 1970, but they finished 5th in the AP poll. They got one, I think it was UPI, I think, came out with, maybe it was Football Writers came out with the poll before the Rose Bowl. So they claimed 1970, but they weren't really champions in 1970. So give me 1968. Woody Hayes was really his last national championship, and the super sophomores beating O.J. Simpson and USC.
That's such an awesome pick, Dave, and I love it. The one that I'm surprised that none of the 6 of us brought up, because this is a game that I am still kicking myself that I didn't go to it.
Alabama.
Yes, the
that was on my list.
game.
Yes.
I mean, in 2014, and I'm telling you that I still go back and like, why did you not make that trip? Because I kept thinking about it, had the time off and all that good stuff, and people that I knew were going down. And honestly, I think my thought process was, I don't want to go down to a game and spend a lot of money on a game that I think there's a great chance that we're going to lose.
That's the thing.
And so it's like, how do I spend the money and go down there and then Ohio State lose the game and it'd be devastating? Instead, I still kick myself to this day, 11 years later, that I did not go to the Ohio State-Alabama game in 2014.
I understand that, though, because even though we're coming off that 59-0 win over Wisconsin, do we really think – I remember thinking, Jesus, Cardale really going to be able to beat Alabama like in the South? That's a great – that was really – Urban even said that was really the national championship game. Cam, what do you got?
Oh, I was just going to quickly say, how about Urban's last game in the rivalry, that blowout biggest differential in score, 62-39 in 2018 at home for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that was good. And I think Michigan, maybe by kickoff it was like a pick 'em, but Michigan was favored for most of the week, and Dwayne Haskins and the Buckeyes just throttled them completely. Yeah, good answers there, guys. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's funny, that 2014 game, I was there covering it in the press box, but that was the one and only time I go on these bowl trips, like pretty much every year. It was the one and only time my wife went down also, and my brother-in-law went down. So I was in the press box. They were in the stands, sitting mostly near Alabama fans. My brother-in-law is hilarious. My wife's brother. I wasn't there to see it, but he was like talking crap to Alabama fans throughout the game. And my wife's like, "Man, a couple different times I thought he was going to get in a fight." So great memories of that. Again, this is one of those you really can't go wrong with. Something you can go wrong with, though, is Scotty doesn't know. All right, let's do this. Other than the United States, which country has produced the most Memorial Tournament winners?
Jeez. What country? Man, I'm trying to think of. I'm going to go with. Oh, and I know it's going to be wrong. No, I'm not going to go that way. Let me go Australia.
Nailed it.
Oh! Seriously.
Were you gonna go England?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, nailed it.
I can't believe it's Australia.
No, they total of 3. 2 guys have won it, but 3 because Greg Norman won it twice, 90 and 95, and then David Graham won it in 1980.
So that's where I was. I was like, I know Norman has won it twice, but then I'm like, I don't know if because Jason Day obviously never has. I was trying to think of someone else, and all right, Australia.
All right, so in 1994. The lowest score ever at the Memorial was recorded. Do you know who?
I think it was Tom Lehman.
Nailed
right?
it.
Yeah,
nailed it.
Good job. And then that the score, because it was so low, that angered Jack, and it was like, okay, it's time to make this place a little bit tougher.
Oh, I knew he did that after Cantlay won. I didn't realize he also did that after Lehman won. So Lehman was 20 under.
Yeah.
All right. Now 3 guys have finished 19 under.
Oh, geez.
Do you know who they were? I just gave you one.
You did?
Yeah, he's playing today.
Cantlay did? He was 19?
Cantlay, yeah.
Okay. So I want to say Morikawa when he won the Workday, but that's not the
Think of a guy that won it the most.
Oh, Tiger.
19 and
then Norman. How about Greg
Norman?
Okay.
Nailed it. All right. Now here's the story that I love because I didn't realize that Jack did this also after '94. I love the story in 2019. Patrick Cantlay, 19 under. As soon as the tournament's over, maybe as soon as they were off the front 9, Jack is ripping up the course.
That's right.
He's like, "This is okay. We got to make this tougher." that was the final straw. Nothing against Patrick Cantlay, but when he shot 19 under, Jack was like, "Okay, we got to rip this course up." I love that story. Okay, let's get a couple more.
And think about they literally like working on the front 9.
Yes,
they were like changing things on the front 9 as they were finishing.
And now look at it for this year. The fact is, you had 72 of the best players in the world here, and there are only 11 guys under par. I mean, that's incredible to think about with how many low scores that we see on the PGA Tour, where a lot of times you'll find like cuts at -4, -5, -6. And now we're talking about that we only have, of the 72 players in this tournament, only 11 are under par through 3 rounds.
Only, a total of 7 players have won this tournament more than once. So Tiger's won it 5 times, Perry's won it 3 times, and then Jack, Cantlay, Greg Norman, Hale Irwin, and Tom Watson have all won it twice. And we might have a 8th today.
Gosh, I hope so. And again, the story with Scotty is incredible because of the roller coaster it was yesterday. Because at one point, it looked like Ben Griffin was going to run away with this tournament. He got it to 10 under. He had 3 birdies in a row. Scotty was kind of in neutral. He had 13 pars in a row before he really got things going, starting at 14. But Scotty was 6 shots back midway through the day yesterday. And it's like, okay, it looks like this is going to be Ben Griffin's tournament. Ben Griffin's going to go back-to-back. And then Scotty just on the last 3 holes just separated himself versus the field because he plays the tough holes 16, 17, and 18 so well. It's incredible that he played those last 3 at 2 under yesterday with how tough they were playing.
Up next is This or That. This is On the Money on the Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Tired of being undervalued? Join 9 Trees and get what you deserve. At 9 Trees, we don't just hire hardscapers. We build a team of skilled pros who take pride in their craft and get rewarded for it. Top pay that beats what you're making now, we guarantee it. Performance bonuses, modern equipment and the tools you need, medical benefits and retirement accounts. You've got the skills, we've got the respect, and the paycheck to match. Make the move. Apply today at 9treeslc.com or call 614-921-9595.
Within 15 seconds of logging onto social media, the algorithm has your daughter in its crosshairs. Congress knows, but it refuses to act. Use your voice. Demand a plan. Join us at the Center for Countering Digital Hate, protectingkidsonline.org.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Honestly, I think the thing I hear the most is I didn't realize how easy it was. That first weekly they come in, they're like, oh my gosh, I already noticed that I'm not as bloated in my face or in my abdomen, or I've been sleeping better. I've been waking up with so much more energy. I don't need my coffee throughout the day. They're coming in a month or two later and they're like, hey, like my daughter said I need to lower my meds. I'm losing a ton of inches on my waist. I'm buying new pant sizes. And we're looking at scale and we're like, yeah, your visceral fat's down again. That's fantastic. And we're celebrating all of these wins. And then we talk about, okay, next step. Let's talk about how to maintain it. This isn't over. This is just the next stage. That's what your health coach is there for.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Easy weight loss with results that actually last. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, you will succeed and you'll enjoy the process. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news. We're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
When you join the plus side with AAA, that's all you'll have to do. Or you could learn to change your own tire.
Hey fam, what's up? Today I'm gonna teach you to change a flat. Before we start, make sure it's not raining, or hailing, or lightning.
Skip the hard work. On the plus side, get more with AAA. Go to AAA.com/plus side.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. 30 hours of live Memorial coverage? Yes, please. You're listening to On the Money, live from the Memorial.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Oh, what a Sunday. What a week it's been. And we're looking forward to a great final round. Scotty Scheffler, one-shot lead. Minus 340 in the ESPN Bet app to finish the deal, get it done, and win the Memorial Tournament. You got a couple chasers out there. You got Ben Griffin at plus 450. You got Nick Taylor sitting there at 15-1. We believe that Scotty is the bet. There are other options out there as far as top 10s, top 20s. You still have some big names lurking. Jordan Spieth is over there. He had a nice start to the day yesterday, kind of fell off late. You got Xander Schauffele, and it's going to be a fun day out here. The weather's perfect. We are going to continue the fun here live from the Memorial with This or That. Cam, hit it.
All right, gents. Getting with, you'd rather be great at driving a golf ball, or you'd rather be great at putting?
So, if you wanted to score well, it would obviously be putting, right? That saves you so many strokes during a round.
And that seems to be important, scoring well.
And nothing gets you more frustrated than when you miss a 3 or 4 or 5 footer. However, there's no better feeling in the world than when you stripe a ball down the middle of the fairway.
The chicks dig the long ball, as
true.
Ryan Baker said
I know.
earlier. I get it.
And if you want me to score well, I'd say putting. However, I want to feel well.
I'm surprised.
I'll take the driving.
I'm surprised. You're a bottom line guy typically. The money. You're going for the temporary pleasure over like the big cash prize. I'm surprised. You're usually like money is cash rules everything around you. Okay?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Use a little Wu-Tang. I'd rather be good at putting just because great at putting. Yes, it'd feel great to be able to just crush the golf ball anytime I wanted to, but if you're great at putting, yeah, you're going to score lower. So I would rather be average off the tee and a great putter. Ryan, what do you think?
Listen, I got to be consistent here, right? And if you want to be better and score better, it's obviously the putting. Most amateur guys, let's say 2 putts a hole. That's 36. If you can knock that down to about 31, 30, obviously you're in business there and you'll be better. And listen, the driver's a club that maximum you're going to hit 14 times in a round. 14 times you're going to pull that driver out of your bag at the most. But again, they don't make commercials about putting, bud. They make commercials about hitting it long and far.
Bam. All right. Up next, what we got?
All right.
Cam, do you want to chime in?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think it would be just fun to just smash the cover off the golf ball.
Yeah.
Drink a transfusion.
Again. Yeah. Okay. And again, like, obviously, putting is so important, but, man, there's no better feeling than when you hit that you hit that drive and you don't even watch it. You just pick up the tee knowing that ball's going far and it's going in the middle of the fairway.
God, that feels so good.
So we talked a little bit about which football game in history, Ohio State football game, you would love to have great seats for, what basketball game you'd love to be courtside for. Now I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit. And, okay, if you had tickets till the end of time for either every year's Rose Bowl or the Masters at Augusta every year the rest of your life, what are you taking? The Rose Bowl tickets or the Masters tickets?
I should probably say Masters, considering I'm out here at Muirfield Village, shouldn't I? I'm such a bigger college football fan, though, so I'm going to go Rose Bowl.
Ryan?
That's really good because both of them are probably a great resale if you can't make it or whatnot. I think I'm going to go Masters because I think it's a little more prestigious and harder to get. So I'm going to go with the Masters. But, gosh, that's a really good question.
Cam?
Give me LA to start the new year each year, or Pasadena, I should say, but give me the Rose Bowl.
Okay, that would be. Both are great. Both are on my bucket list. That's why I came up with the question. However, I love the fact that you would have 4 days in Augusta every single year to look forward to. Cam, I'm taking the Masters. Going to Augusta.
All right. I know you guys like both. Typically, you getting with a cocktail or beer?
I'm definitely cocktail. And here's the deal for me. Ryan brought it up. There is no better cocktail on a golf course than a transfusion. And,
so I've heard.
And they do it really right here at Muirfield Village, and they are absolutely terrific. So I'm going cocktail over beer.
I'm also going cocktail, but for the listeners out there that don't know what a transfusion is, it's vodka and like grape.
You got ginger ale.
It's a cup of deliciousness.
I might have to try one later.
Yeah, you definitely do. I tried a couple last night just to make sure that they were still good.
Making sure they were still good. That's
and it
good.
is still good.
Yeah.
And yes,
you're doing
ginger
some
ale,
research, huh?
It's a little tiny bit of grape juice and it's vodka.
Just a splash.
Love
Splash.
it. Cocktail or beer?
There was a time in my life where it would definitely have been a beer, but not anymore. I'm a cocktail guy.
Yeah. Cam?
Cocktail.
Unanimous. That's rare.
And I know this about Cam. That cocktail is going to be a margarita.
Margarita?
Yes, easily.
Frozen. You like your frozen margaritas, right?
It doesn't have to be.
Okay, good. Because I used to, I much prefer just a margarita on the rocks.
I was going to say I've never seen Cam get a frozen one at the casino.
Okay. All right. I don't know why I thought it was that he liked the frozen. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. All right, I got one more for you. You guys getting with being really cold or being really hot?
Oh, I would rather be really hot than cold.
I'd rather be really cold because I can put on extra layers. If Fish was smart enough to wear some extra layers. I'd heck, Fish, what are you doing wearing a winter hat out here? Now I'm sitting here like cold. He was totally right.
This isn't even close. I can layer up. There's only so many clothes I can take off and not get arrested.
That's right. That's right. So you think Scotty Scheffler's not going to win today, huh? No, I'm kidding. And you have a lot invested that he will win.
I think he wins by more than 3 strokes, even.
There you go. That is our show for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Up next is the Fan Collins Show with Ryan Baker and Scotty Vegas. This has been On the Money.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle-of-the-night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your 2025 season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Beat the heat with Window Nation's semi-annual sale. Buy 4 windows and get 4 windows free, plus a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows, plus no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments until 2027. That's a whole lot of savings and a super smart investment when prices are going up. Their windows also come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Hurry, the sale ends soon. Don't wait to get your estimate. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, look, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
You know what I love the most about your store?
What's that, common man?
The way you treat people. You get to know your customers. That's why they keep coming back. No sleazeballs around. Just good, clean boys and girls selling jewelry.
Stop in and see the difference for yourself.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. It's where Columbus gets engaged. Tell them Common Man sent you.